Hey VC, it's Glen Kellaway from the basement. Sunday afternoon, around 3 p.m. My Sundays are spent watching football, but I watch it with the sound down and listen to music. Um, I wasn't going to do a video today, but I was playing this album, John Hammond, Wicked Grin. This is a great record. John Hammond doing Tom Waits songs. There's John and Tom. Tom Waits actually produced this. A lot of people don't dig Tom Waits' voice. I love it. Gravelly, growly, bluesy, melancholy. Man, what else can you use to describe it? Sometimes he sounds like a drunk hanging outside your window under the street lamp at 2 in the morning. Pretty cool. He's an original, man. Great singer-songwriter. Voted number 55 of the greatest songwriters of all time in Rolling Stone's top 100 songwriter list. Anyway, if you're not a big fan of Tom Waits' voice, I highly recommend this album, Wicked Grin, John Hammond. Really bluesy, gritty, great album, full of great songs. So I just kind of wanted to go over my Tom Waits catalog and talk about him for a few minutes. I saw Tom, I'm going to say in 1978 or 79, in Toronto, at a place called the Roxy on the Danforth. Small venue, theater, and amazing show. It was just Tom, his piano, and a bass player, and a sax. And that was about it. Really stripped down bare. Just amazing performance. Really electrifying. I discovered Tom Waits through this, which was his third release. It's a live album, Nighthawks at the Diner. It's a great jumping on point if you're interested and you haven't heard anything by Tom. There's a lot of great songs on this. He does a version of an old Red Sovine song called Phantom 309 that is so haunting and beautiful on this album. That's what turned me on to it, that song. As soon as I heard that, I went, this guy's amazing. From there, it was just a matter of picking up albums. So this is Tom's first album, Closing Time. Came out in 1973. This is actually the first time I heard Tom Waits' name. Was the first song on this album is Old 55. If you were an Eagles fan, and the On the Border album, they did a cover of Old 55. Great cover. And I think that kind of helped put Tom's name on the map. Yeah, so this is a pretty cool album. I'm trying to think of any more real classic. This is more of a, I'd say, a jazzy type album. His first couple albums were. So that was his first album, 1973. Followed up by In the Heart of Saturday Night, which is an incredible song. Probably in my top 2 or 3 Tom Waits songs. Heart of Saturday Night. Great album this is. Still hadn't developed really a real growly sound yet. It was his voice was somewhat normal. I don't know what to say. I'm trying to think if there's anything else on here that's The Heart of Saturday Night. So that's the second CD. Then he came out with Foreign Affairs, I think. Oh, there's one I'm missing. So excuse me if I'm wrong. I'm just doing them in order I got. I know I'm missing one and I can't think of the name of it now. So Foreign Affairs. This came out in 75, I think. Blue Valentine. Love this album. This is like a blues album. This is great, man. $29 and an alligator purse. There's a blues. There's a couple of blues songs on here that are just killer songs. He also does a version of Somewhere. You know, the classic song Barbara Streisand had a hit with. It's from a Broadway show. Not the oh, the Guys and Dolls, maybe something like that. Anyway, he does a real cool version of that, I think. Just solo with him on piano. But yeah, Red Shoes on the Drugstore, Christmas Card from a Hooker in Minneapolis is a killer song. Romeo is Bleeding, amazing. Yeah, this is a really, really good album. I would say this is a very accessible Tom Waits album if you like blues and stuff. Heart Attack and Vine, one of my favorite Tom Waits songs. Title song from Heart Attack and Vine. Another great, great freaking album this one is. This song has Jersey Girl on it, which Bruce Springsteen had a pretty good cover of. Swordfish Trombones. Trying to think of what was on that. I'm having trouble seeing the 13 Shells from a 30-06 is kind of another song that that he did that was somewhat popular, I think, which is covered on this John Hammond album. Rain Dogs. Clap Hands is another one. Jockey Full of Bourbon is kind of a Time is a beautiful song. Rod Stewart's big hit, Downtown Train, was written by Tom Waits. It's on this particular CD. Great, great song. Rod did a fantastic job of it, there's no doubt about it. Tom's song, though, and I like the way he does it. Rain Dogs. Frank's Wild Years. My favorite Tom Waits album, Mule Variations. Great, great record this is. Tom started collaborating with, became friends with Keith Richards. There's a couple of songs on here, or at least one that I know he does with Keith. I think the last song, Come On Up to the House, might be with Keith Richards. That's good. This was his latest album, like from 2015 or something, or maybe 12, or I'm not sure. It's last album he put out. I don't have the cover because I had the vinyl, and when I sold my vinyl off, the CD came with the vinyl. I kept the CD. Bad as Me, Tom Waits. I really love this album. This was I'm hoping he'll do more. He seems to be in a bit of a retirement here, but I really love that album, Bad as Me. And the other things I have are a couple of live albums. Glitter and Doom, live, Tom Waits. This is great. Great live album. And then I have this, which is, I don't know, it's these collections that come out where they show up, they all the radio broadcasts and stuff. So this is 1973 to 1978 broadcast collection. There's 7 CDs in this. It's pretty awesome. The first shows are from 73, 74, 75. Yeah, 75, right up to, like I said, right up to 1978. Just a wealth of great material on here. He also is such a funny guy. His famous appearance, I think it was on Fernwood Tonight. I could be wrong there. When they asked him about drinking, and he said, "I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy." Love that. So I'm just going to leave it there. Tom Waits, if you're, if you don't know him, try and look up some covers of his songs because he's a brilliant songwriter. Like I said, Downtown Train, Jersey Girl by Springsteen, Old 55 by the Eagles. There's a ton more. I know Sean Colvin did a great version of Heart of Saturday Night. I'm sure there's just a ton of Tom Waits covers out there. If you want to get into his music yourself, I would suggest Blue Valentine as more of a bluesy rock album, and his voice isn't as you know, like some. My wife won't let me play Tom Waits in the house when she's around, so she just thinks it's nails on a blackboard. But I'm a huge fan. If there's any other big Tom Waits fans out there, or anybody who's aware of him, please make comments, because I don't hear anybody in the VC talk about him. Anyway, have a great Sunday afternoon. Peace out, everybody.